Welcome back to yet another event guide. June comes to a close and we have arrived at our first ever Bloom Festival tied to the event over Rad Squad. This event will run from June 30th to July 7th, and the story focuses on KOHANE with the rest of Vivi Bad Squad and the Vivi Bad Squad virtual singers supporting her. But of course, before we get into the new gacha card, we have 2 exchange shop cards becoming available once the event opens. Taking the 2-star slot is Toya with this card, just a little bit more of this atmosphere, and Toya is a happy attribute card with a healer skill. Due to his happy attribute, Toya will see use in a single event, being Time to Take Off, that will run from January 11th to January 19th. In the gacha for this event is Toya, KOHANE, and Vivi Bad Squad Len, meaning of course that Toya is of lower gameplay value as he is available with a 70% bonus during this event. And taking the 3-star slot is Anne with her card What I Want to Tell You. Anne is also a happy attribute card with a scorer skill called Everyone Prepare Yourself. And due to Anne's happy attribute, she will actually see use in 2 events unlike Toya. The first event Anne will see use in is Work Out and Fly muscle training that will run from September 10th to September 18th. In the gacha for this event is Haruka, Akito, and Tsukasa, meaning of course that Anne is of higher gameplay value as she's only ever available with a 50% bonus. And this is of course then followed by Time to Take Off just like Toya, that will once again run from January 11th to January 19th and has Toya, KOHANE, and Vivi Bad Squad Len in the gacha. Which of course means that Anne is higher gameplay value once again as she's only ever available with a 50% bonus. As always, both of these cards will become available once the event proper opens through the exchange shop for the standard exchange shop card prices. And running alongside the event we have 2 different gachas as we are encountering our first ever Bloom Festival. The Bloom Festival will start alongside the event on June 30th and will be available until July 4th. And the Bloom Festivals, just like the colorful festivals before them, will have the double drop rate for a 4-star, meaning 6% chance. Just like all limited gachas, the Bloom Festivals will lack the pity bar as well as using the pink stickers and vouchers for sparking and the exchange shop. And just like the colorful festivals before it, there will be 2 Bloom Festival exclusive cards added with this gacha. They will be of 2 random attributes and they will only be available during the Bloom Festival portion of the gacha. Meaning that once July 4th rolls around, these cards will enter the vault until the next Bloom Festival. With our first Bloom Festival card being KANADE, called Memories Reclaimed. KANADE is of the cute attribute, and due to being a Bloom Festival exclusive card, she has 2 different skills. And KANADE's untrained skill is called Even If They Were Shattered. And the untrained skill of original characters reads as follows. Gain a 60% score bonus for 5 seconds. In addition, a random card in your team outside of the Bloom Festival card is selected. Half of the selected card's score bonus is then taken and applied to the Bloom Festival card's score bonus up to 120 in total. With the trained skill being called a What If Wish. With the skill text reading as follows, gain a 90% score bonus for 5 seconds. In addition, gain 1% score boost for every 2 character ranks you have on the Bloom Festival character in question to a maximum of 140% score boost for 5 seconds. All this at talent level 1 when using the trained artwork for the Bloom Festival exclusive card. And KANADE being a Bloom Festival exclusive card comes both of course with a hairstyle and a unique costume. The costume is called Blanche Ale Dress, and I probably pronounced that wrong as I do not know French. And due to KANADE being of the cute attribute, she will see use in a single event. The event in question is Where Does the Path of Thorns Lead To, that will run from October 12th to October 19th. In the gacha is Mizuki, Enna and Kaito, meaning of course that KANADE is of higher gameplay value as she is never available with anything more than a 50% event bonus for this event in particular, with KANADE having 1.5 upcoming new limited cards. KANADE's standard limited card comes from the event, and so the clock hands start ticking that will run from April 30th to May 6th, 2026. With KANADE's semi-limited card of course coming from the MEIKO 25 second World Link event embraced by transient bubbles that will run from June 9th to June 21st, 2026. And on top of this, KANADE has 5 upcoming reruns. As always, the second rerun of any given limited gacha is the final rerun before the gacha itself is discontinued and the cards join the Recollection Festival gacha pool. For more information about the Recollection Festival, I suggest you watch my general guide linked down in the description. And KANADE starts with a final rerun being Sweet Cute Valentines in September. This is then followed by the first rerun of the Grow Up With Me gacha, also known as the 3rd anniversary, in October, with its second rerun already confirmed for May 2026. After this we will see the final rerun of the Eternal Bells gacha in February, with the final standard rerun for KANADE being the gacha What Awaits After Battle, which will have its first rerun in March with no second rerun yet confirmed, with the special rerunning gacha for KANADE being the NICOR 25 World Link Support gacha that will start shortly before the NICOR 25 second World Link event at the start of June. And the World Link Support gachas makes the original batch of World Link card for the unit in question once again rate up. This means that the World Link Support gacha will have the Searching for Sunken Shadows NICOR 25 cards available as rate up, meaning that you can see them as reruns for the original World Link gacha cards. Our second Bloom Festival exclusive character is MEIKO with a card Feeling What Myself Feel.
いつもありがとう。世界の私たち。
MEIKO is of the cool attribute, and just like KANADE, MEIKO comes with 2 different skills. The untrained skill is called an Unexpected Side, and untrained Bloom Festival Virtual Singer cards will grant you a 70% score bonus for 5 seconds and gain an additional 30% boost for every different unit type in your team, except for the card itself, up to 2 different units and an additional 130% score bonus in total. Meanwhile, all trained skills for the Bloom Festival cards as far as we currently know are the same, meaning MEIKO shares the exact same skill text as KANADE, but MEIKO's skill is called Trust and Support put into song, with MEIKO's new costume being called Noir Clementine Dress. Once again, I do not speak French, so I might have pronounced that incorrectly. And due to the changes made to event bonus concerning blank virtual singer cards introduced with the patch 3.7.0 released on June 29th, MEIKO, despite being a virtual singer card, will now be a 50% bonus card as long as she matches the character and the attribute of the event, meaning she sees use in 4 future events. The first event MEIKO will see use in is Rekindle the Flame, that will run from October 21st to October 29th. And in the gacha for this event is AKITO, Anne, and KOHANE, meaning that MEIKO is of higher gameplay value as she is only ever available with a 50% bonus. This is then followed by the event With Her Hand Covered in Wounds that will run from November 30th to December 9th. In the gacha for this event is Enna, Mizuki, and NICOR 25 MEIKO, meaning of course that MEIKO is available with a 70% bonus during this event, making her Bloom Festival exclusive card lower gameplay value. This is then followed by the event Unreliable Notes that will run from March 20th to March 28th. And with KANADE, Mafiu, and Enna in the gacha for this event, it means that MEIKO is once again higher gameplay value. With the final event MEIKO has seen use in being Find a Dream View, that we also known as the 4.5 anniversary. This event will run from March 30th to April 6th. In the gacha for this event is Shiho, Ichika, and Leonid Miku with an additional additional Honami and Leonid Luca, giving the 70% bonus. Which of course means that once again MEIKO is of higher gameplay value, as she's only ever available with a 50% bonus. But it is worth mentioning that this event has 5 characters available with a 70% bonus, technically making MEIKO slightly lower gameplay value. And as for new limited cards, MEIKO has 1.5. We already mentioned the normal limited event MEIKO will get a card from, being With Our Hands Covered in Wounds, that will once again run from November 30th to December 9th. With MEIKO's semi-limited card of course being her World Link exclusive card from the event With You at the beginning of Sekai, that will run from August 17th to August 29th. And sadly, MEIKO only has 2 upcoming reruns. The first gacha we will encounter is the final rerun of the Flight to the Futures gacha in October, which is then followed by the first rerun of the New Year's Enchanting Bloom Bright gacha in January, with no second rerun yet confirmed on the Japanese server. That covered everything about the brand new Bloom Festival exclusive cards. So once July 4th rolls around, the Bloom Festival gacha will disappear and the 2 Bloom Festival exclusive cards will enter the card vault. The Bloom Festival will then be replaced with the event gacha Party of Blast, that will run from July 4th to July 9th. And this is a standard limited gacha, meaning no pity bar and the standard 3% chance for a 4-star. And there are 3 new cards added with the limited gacha who are considered the focus cards of this event, meaning they grant the 70% event bonus for event team building. And all 3 cards being added will of course be of the same attribute as the event, being mysterious, which means that they do not have any future usability once again, meaning that we will skip that section. And of course the first character getting a card in the gacha is the focus character of the event, KOHANE, and her card A Heart-Pounding World.
すっごく綺麗でドキドキする。
KOHANE has a perfect locker skill called No One Else But Me, and perfect locker skill cards will make all bad and higher taps into perfects for 5.5 seconds and grant an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1. With KOHANE's new costume and hairstyle being called I'm a Catch. With KOHANE having 1.5 new upcoming cards. KOHANE's standard limited card comes from the event Aim Higher and Higher, that will run from May 31st to June 7th. With KOHANE's semi-limited card of course coming from the second World Link event for Vivi Bad Squad, being Turning Pain into Drive, that will run from April 8th to April 20th. KOHANE has 3.5 upcoming reruns. The first gacha we will encounter is the final rerun of the Spooky Forest gacha in August. KOHANE then takes a long break before she returns with the Photogenic Valentine's first rerun in February, with no second rerun yet confirmed on the Japanese server. The standard reruns are then concluded with the first rerun of the Eternal Bouts gacha in May, with no second rerun of course yet confirmed. And as for her semi-limited rerun, we have the World Link support gacha for Vivi Bad Squad, that will start just before the second Vivi Bad Squad World Link event in April, with our second character in the gacha being AKITO and his card Huddle of Resolve.
よし、全員手は出したな。
AKITO is a scorer skill card with the skill name a sign that something is about to happen, and scorer skill cards will grant a 100% score bonus for 5 seconds at talent level 1, with AKITO's new costume being called Real Badass. And AKITO has 1 standard limited card and 2 special cases. His standard limited card is the most straightforward one, coming from the event Unfading Wishing, that will run from December 31st to January 9th. With AKITO's second new limited card of course being a special case, since it comes from the Ensemble Star Cross Project Sekai collaboration event. And because the Colorful Corner was held on June 25th, we now know that this collaboration event will be coming in early September to global. This is 5 months earlier than we thought it would come to the global server, so we don't know in what shape this collaboration event will actually come, since we do not have my Sekai or the Connect Lives on the global server. But it is confirmed that the collaboration event will happen in early September, so mark the date if you're planning on pulling from the gacha. With Akito's final semi-limited card being much more straightforward, being his second Worldling card from the event, turning pain into drive, once again running from April 8th to April 20th. And Akito has 2.5 upcoming reruns as well. The first gacha we will encounter with Akito in it is Your Ticket to the City of Splendors, that will have its first rerun in December, with its second rerun not yet confirmed on the Japanese server. With the second standard limited gacha we will see is the first rerun of the Play with Dogs gacha, also known as the 3.5 anniversary, in April, with the second rerun not yet confirmed, of course, on the Japanese server. With the final semi-limited rerun, of course, being the Vivi Bad Squad World Link support gacha happening at the start of April. With our final character in the gacha being Miku with her card Beyond That Door.
見に行こうよ、小羽。みんなと一緒に。
Miku is a Vivi Bad Squad scorer skill card with the skill name For Now Just the Two of Us. And unit scorer skill cards has quite a mouthful of a skill text, so I gotta take a deep breath for this. Gain an 80% score bonus for 5 seconds and gain an additional 10% for every Vivi Bad Squad card except for Miku herself, and another 10% boost if all cards are of the same unit, up to 130% score bonus altogether. And Miku's limited costume is called the Stunning Lady. And Miku has a pretty extensive selection of new limited card, 2 regular ones, 1 collaboration card and 1 semi-limited card. Her first standard limited card will come from the event Find a Dream Viewer, also known as the 4.5 anniversary, that will run from March 30th to April 6th. This is then followed by an event we've already mentioned, Aim Higher and Higher, that will once again run from May 31st to June 7th, 2026. We also have a collaboration gacha with Miku exclusively, being the Toho Project collaboration gacha that ran from May 3rd to May 13th. But as always, when it comes to collaboration gachas, take a massive pinch of salt, as we have no clue if the Toho collaboration will come to the global server ever. This gacha could come both earlier and later, as we're seeing with both Sanrio and Ensemble Star, both of them being on different dates than they were on their Japanese counterpart. So we don't know if this gacha will happen at all on the global server, and if it does, we cannot tell if it might happen at another date than the one stated. It's all up to Sega, Colorful Palette and the Toho Project IP holders to decide when this collaboration gacha comes to the English server. So always keep your eyes peeled for the official announcement to make sure that you don't miss this potential collaboration if it does come to the global server. With the semi-limited card, of course, being Miku's Worldling card, coming from the event With You at the beginning of Sekai that we've already mentioned, will run from August 17th to August 29th. And Miku also has 2 upcoming reruns as well. The first gacha we will encounter is the first rerun of the Emotional Music March gacha in September, with the second rerun already confirmed for March 2026. And our second and final rerun of this card showcase is the Fluttering Maiden's second rerun that we will see in November. But with that, we have covered everything you need to know about the new limited cards added with the gacha Party of Blast. So instead we can move on to the event team building. And I already touched upon lightly the event bonus changes during MEIKO's future usability section. And from this event going forward, All Blank, or as they're also called, unitless virtual singers, will have their event bonus raised from 40% to 50% if they match the attribute and the character of the event. And this of course means that the blank virtual singers are competing on the same level as their unit counterparts. Therefore, the blank virtual singers will from now on be included in my event team building sections, as they are considered 50% cards. And while on the topic of virtual singers, this is a unit focused event, meaning all 6 of the virtual singers, as long as they are the correct attribute and unit, can grant the 50% bonus. So as long as the virtual singer is either Vivid Bad Squad or blank/unitless and of the mysterious attribute, they will grant a 50% bonus. But with that, let's get into the 3-star and 2-star special cases. And this time around we have 5 cards that need to be mentioned. Obviously, the 2-star Kaito featuring Aru no Pekel is a collaboration card from the Sanrio collaboration event. Which means that if you did not play during the Sanrio collaboration event or you did not pick up Kaito, you have no way of having this card at all now. On top of this, the 3-star Anne comes from the event Picture Perfect. The 2-star Meiko comes from the World Link event Break Down the Wall. The 2-star Luca comes from the event Take the Best Shot. And finally, the 3-star Kaito comes from the event The First Concerto. None of these 4 has yet to enter the standard gacha pool as of over Rad Squad, so if you did not play during their respective events, you have no way of actually having these cards at the current moment. But with those notices out of the way, we can look towards the 4-star cards. And this time around we have 20 4-star cards with a 50% bonus, with 4 events bringing more than 1 card at a time. Out of these, 3 are permanent and 1 is limited. The limited event is of course Never Give Up Cooking, that brought both a Toya and a Kaito. With the permanent events in order of appearance being Nocturne Interlude, that brought a Toya, an Akito and an Anne. This was then followed by the event Legend Still Vivid, that brought a Kohane, a Toya and a Vivid Bad Squad Len. Which is then finally capped off with the event The Vivid Old Tale, that brought an Anne, a Akito and a Vivid Bad Squad Rin. Which leaves us with 9 additional cards coming from scattered mixed event, all of which are limited. 3 of these are from collaborations, 2 are Colorful Festival exclusive, and the remaining 4 are standard limited cards. It was a slight lie that there were only 4 events that brought more than 1 character. As keen-eyed people will know, there is a 5th event that brought more than 1 character, being the Akuno Tensei collaboration event that brought both the Rin and the Meiko in the mysterious attribute. And keeping up with the collaboration theme, our 3rd and final collaboration card is the Miku from the Sanrio collaboration event, with the Colorful Festival exclusive cards being the 1st anniversary Colorful Festival Miku and the 3rd anniversary Colorful Festival Meiko, which leaves us with the 4 standard limited cards. The first card we saw is from the event Gentleman Thieves Thrilling White Day that brought an Akito, which was then followed by the Kohane from the event Screaming Welcome to the Forest of Wolves, which was then followed by the event Happy New Year Lion Dance Robots New Year Show that brought an Anne, with our final limited card coming from the event Photogenic Valentine, which brought a Kohane. With this being our final roster of 4-star cards, we have 6 additional birthday cards as an extra bonus, which includes the 2nd year Kohane, Meiko and Miku, as well as the 3rd year Akito, Kaito and Len. With this being our final roster of cards granting a 50% bonus for the event. And at a first glance, this really looks like a great selection. The blank virtual singers really beefs up the amount of cards available, but as fast as you start analyzing it, there is a massive glaring issue. 11 out of the 20 available 4-star cards are limited. On top of this, 3 of them are from past collaborations. This means that in my heart I can't call this a very strong event team building, as people who are not fans of Vivid Bad Squad probably don't have a ton of Vivid Bad Squad mysterious cards. But despite this, there is actually a pretty decent selection of 3-star cards to fall back upon. Despite 2 of them not being in the standard gacha pool yet, there is a full roster of 3-star cards in the mysterious attribute attribute for VV Bad Squad, meaning that if you do not have a single 4-star card, you could still fall back upon a full team of 3-star cards. And even better, a lot of these 3-star cards are quite old at this point, meaning that there is a bigger possibility that you've nabbed them during all of your pulls. I definitely think a ton of the limited cards we see during this event comes from what I would consider high value events, as in events I know a lot of people have been pulling from. Among these are Lion Dance, Imperial Soldiers, and the 3rd anniversary, where the colorful festival MEIKO comes from. So I don't see it as an impossibility of non-VV Bad Squad fans having a few cards available to them, but I definitely think that unlike many other team building where you have a pretty decent selection of mixed events, a lot of the cards come from VV Bad Squad heavy events, meaning that if you aren't a VV Bad Squad fan, you probably don't have the cards or have pulled from the gacha. I have been seeing a lot of people sharing their own team building down in my comments, and I love to see what you guys have, so I thought I'd also show mine. Some people are gonna say that this is just another reason for me to flex my 7 Deadly Sins cards, which is partially true, but I do think that the blank/unitless virtual singers are the most versatile cards in the game, and I have thought so long before the actual buff was granted during 3.7.0. I have all of the Colorful Festival blank/unitless virtual singers except for 1st year anniversary Miku and 3rd year anniversary MEIKO, which I have alternative versions for in the form of the Sanrio Miku as well as the 7 Deadly Sins MEIKO. But that is getting off topic. I do think that the event team building for this event is kinda stiff. It's not a particularly bad event team building on paper, but you do need to be a VV Bad Squad fan or someone who has been very lucky with off-banner pulls for those specific 9 available to you. So it's really hard for me to actually make a grand stance on this event because I see a lot of positive things and I see a lot of negative things about it. And at the end of the day, I think that my judgment is personally very clouded because of the changes to Unitless Virtual Singers event bonus. Like, Unitless Virtual Singers are so strong now that they can grant the 50% bonus, meaning that they are usable in so many different unit events. And also, if you're lucky, they might be usable in mixed events if you get the correct character and attribute combo where there wouldn't be a unit version that could grant you the 50%. A pretty good example of this actually being the event that's upcoming soon, once again when the leaf changed color, that uses Leonid Rin in the mysterious attribute. Leonid Rin has no 4-star card in the mysterious attribute, but she does have her 7 Deadly Sin card in the mysterious attribute, meaning that that is your only option for a 50% bonus. But once again, I'm getting off track. I hope most people can get together a 250% event bonus, if not a 270 to 280. I can't really see both ends of the coin for this event, as I can see it going horribly for some people and great for other people. So I really don't think I have any more clear thoughts about the event team building for this event, and I do think that the Unitless Virtual Singer changes really does cloud my mind with how good this event team building is. So for now, let's move on to the virtual live that will start once the event ends. The Afterlive will start on July 7th and run to July 8th, and participating during the allotted time period will grant you 300 crystals and a stamp. The stamp this time around of KOHANE, called There Is No Greater Feeling. And of course, with this being a unit-focused event, we have a commissioned song called Ultra C. Ultra C will be given to you through your in-game mailbox on July 7th and will come with a Sekai version and a virtual singer version. And as of currently recording this, there is no alternative vocals available for the song. And with that, we have covered everything you needed to know about the event over Rad Squad and our new gacha type, the Bloom Festivals. I really dislike doing the Bloom Festival / Colorful Festival videos because they always turn out so freaking long. Like, I really feel like I'm just rambling your guys' ears off with all of the information I have to fit into a single video because they have added the Bloom Festival to it. And this is obviously not to say that I don't like the Bloom Festivals or this event over Rad Squad. The Bloom Festivals are a very cool concept, but I don't think it was perfectly executed with how you upgrade the cards and the different skills that you can utilize on the card. But I still think that they are a neat upgrade from the colorful festivals we have grown used to, while still keeping that celebratory feeling with the double drop rates from the gachas. As for Over Rad Squad as an event, I do think it's a very fitting story being told for Vivi Bad Squad, but it does feel a bit worrying that we're getting so close to them achieving their goals. Like, it really feels like Vivi Bad Squad are on the way out of the game, as they are fulfilling their goals, their dreams, and they're getting to where they want to go with the story. Of course, it'd be very interesting then to expand the roster with a new unit, but it's still a bit of a somber, melancholic feeling to see the guys growing up like they are. I don't know, I just think that Over Rad Squad is a very solid event with some great card art, some great costume, and I do really like the hairstyles for KOHANE and MIKU. At the same time, the KANADE is immaculate for the Bloom Festival gacha. I do kinda wish they could have pushed her 3D model even harder, as visual clarity isn't really needed in a game like Project Sekai. Like, you aren't necessarily needed to be able to tell, oh, that's AKITO on stage or that's a KANADE. It doesn't really matter if you're playing in the 3D MVs. But I still think that it is an immaculate train card art, and the costumes are doing a lot that we haven't seen before. But once again, I'm rambling on and on, so down in the comment tell me what you think about Over Rad Squad, as well as the Bloom Festivals and the changes introduced with 3.7.0. Are you hyped for the gameplay changes? Are you gonna pull from the Bloom Festival, or are you skipping this entire event and waiting for something bigger? Maybe 4th anniversary that's right around the corner. As always, I try to read as many of your comments as possible. I'm getting a bit overwhelmed with how many you are, and I do really hope that you are enjoying the content. With, of course, a massive shout out to all of my patrons that keep supporting me, and a special thank to all of my append players. These being Bambi, Charlie Toyism, Gabby C, Helen P001 Star, Katie, Mia Marie 21, Opal Siren, Peter Rish, Ron Maru, Shoop, Snobby Hickory, and Veritas Uwu. As always, a massive thank you to all of them, and if you want to join them in supporting me that little bit extra, a link to my Patreon will be down in the description. But with that, if you've made it to the end of this massive video, make sure you've subscribed, rung the bell, shared this video with a friend, and left a like, as all of these things help me immensely in my growth as a channel. But with that, we have covered everything we need to know about Over Rad Squad. I will not keep you here any longer. Let's get out of here for the week.